Cindy, and thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe, and think about becoming a special friend. Become a member of Speak the Truth 2.0. We are authentic and hope you guys skip sometimes to our content and don't get confused sometimes by the title. But we want to welcome you here. We're going to wait for a few more people to come on and join us, and hopefully you're having a great Friday. But there's a lot going on. Normally, we do a lot of videos like with President Trump and his news conferences. The press secretary, we're joined by the other co host, Elijah. And we do a lot, showing the accomplishments of our current president, the things we agree with, the things that we don't agree with. But we are going to be doing more videos showing some of the effects of this administration. Like when Trump first ran for office, and then he got nominated and went through everything he went through, and then we wind up, him winning the election November the 5th. We were like, okay, we were believing that things were going to get better because the open borders was a catastrophe. Allowing 14 million plus undocumented people to enter our country was not the best for this country, because when those open borders, it allowed Trinidad Raga, it allowed cartel, ISIS, MS-13, 15 million, Trump said, rapists, 11 million murderers. All kinds of people came into our country. So we needed the borders closed. So we started out really well, but things now are going sideways. And I'm becoming more and more concerned every day, especially since this government shutdown that has been going on for the last 4 weeks, and people have been losing their jobs. Now people are in jeopardy of losing SNAP, which is going to affect a lot of the red states and MAGA voters. Ironically, the people that voted for Trump are the people that are going to be mostly affected by SNAP benefits not being available November the 1st. So hopefully they'll come to some sort of agreement. But in order to do that, the Republicans have to come back and meet with the Democrats and do what they're elected to do, and get this government open back up. And hopefully what the Democrats are saying, that if they don't fight this, that it's going to be millions of Americans losing their health care, and we do not want that to happen because it's supposed to be America first. Anyway, we're going to get to our story, and we want to thank you. You want to say something,
I didn't
Elijah?
know if you wanted to reply to this comment. Got a comment like once we joined. They said,
Okay. Go
um,
ahead. Go ahead.
it's someone that's not like in agreement. I didn't know if you wanted me to read it.
Yeah, but a lot of times with you guys, we're gonna have a contest because our goal is to have 100,000 subscribers by Christmas. And if you subscribe to our channel, whether you agree or disagree, on Christmas Day we're gonna do a drawing. We're gonna be giving out monetary awards to people who are supporting our channel. So we're gonna do a rollout and give you more information about the contest. As far as people that want to say something negative or have nothing to offer to the conversation, because this channel is authentic, we're not beholden to any party. We're beholden to God.
It's just really illogical because it clearly was being framed because he didn't actually do that. So what do you call it?
Well, we didn't even get into it. What we're going to do, we're going to watch the video, and we're going to get the perspective of secular talk. I want to give him his shout outs. It's his videos. We're going to be reacting to his video. And then you can make a decision. But our government is doing a lot right now. And a lot of the things that are going on currently, like deploying the National Guards, saying the U.S. American citizens can be used for training ground for our military, and declaring war like on our citizens, it's like stuff is going on. We got Stephen Miller talking about he's the storm. We haven't seen the storm. It's a lot of stuff that's going on right now that we need to pay attention to. And what happened to this young man, allegedly DHS took a AI video. No, took a video. It wasn't an AI, excuse me. Took a video that this young man did back a few months ago when Trump was threatening, I guess, Iran, and he was in support of it. He wasn't against America. He was backing up, saying, "Oh, we got this," and he was backing Trump. But they took his image and they changed the caption like he was saying something against ICE, and these look like teenagers. They look like the young men that this government would like to lock up right now because they're black. And President Trump has already said that black people are born criminals. So I don't know what white people are. We're born criminals and thugs. So he's labeling a group of people that have supported him and voted for him. There was over 2 million black men that voted for Trump to be in office, but no one expected all of this that's going on. So there is like a lot of racism and prejudice is creeping in, the isms. So anyway, we're going to call out what we see. Anyway, they said that Christy Gnomes, the Homeland Security, they took his video, they used AI, they changed the caption, they changed the music, and made it like he was threatening ICE or putting a $50,000 bounty. This child, he's a child. And somehow, no matter what, it's like, oh, everything is going on as far as the marches, the protests. Everybody keeps trying to drag black people into fights that we don't even want any part of it. We just want to be happy, live our lives, and make out the best way that we can. That's it. Our ancestors already fought for the benefits that the illegal immigrants and other immigrants that have migrated legally to this country, they're benefiting from the backs of what my people have already done. So they're being more benefited than black people are. And that's a fact. So right now, if they have taken his image and they use AI image, and now the young man is receiving threats on his life. And he's like, what's going on? I never even said these things. That's not my video. The video I did was about Iran. That was a joke. So it's just sad if the government can use AI and take any citizen and take a child that's not even old enough to vote and use his image. And that gives ICE a reason to say, oh, we could go after the black kids, Americans now, because we're going to use a picture like, here go the threat. The black kid is the threat. The black kid is the threat. The threat that they made up. DHS, AI. They made this up. And now he's the threat. So we're going to listen and see what
young
Secular Talk has to say about it.
Staffing the Republican politicians' campaigns and their cabinets and stuff. Well, now that's all coming to a head because, you're seeing them tweet casual Nazi memes, subtle hidden Heil Hitler stuff, remigrate, which is just a euphemism for ethnic cleansing. Now you have the Department of Homeland Security is trying to start a race war based on fake news and lies. Here's one example right here. So Homeland Security tweets the following. If you threaten or lay hands on our law enforcement officers, we will hunt you down and you will find out really quick. We'll see you cowards soon. So they tweet this video. We're going to take a look at this video. Ready? So it's a 10-second video. I'm going to mute it because it's copyright music that's playing. But it says on the screen here, ICE, we're on the way. Word in the streets, cartels put a $50K bounty on y'all. And so it's a group of black kids, black teenagers, and this one's trying to make like a scary looking face or whatever, and putting the mask over his mouth. But the idea is, it looks like they're sort of threatening ICE. They're threatening ICE and saying we're working with the cartels or whatever to make $50,000 by killing you. So look at this. Ready? Now again, look at how young these black kids are. I'm actually not even sure. Some of them might not even be teens, right? Like they might be teens, but some of them look like they might be younger. This could be like a 12-year-old, right? But Homeland Security tweets this out. Okay, ready for the reality? Here is the original video that they fucking changed the text on. So this was tweeted in the wake of Trump attacking Iran. This was tweeted. This video with the text, "You've seen what we can do. Don't say something that you can't finish, Iran. We are already united. We all stand. We want all the smoke." So here we go.
Never does this.
So this was a video, like a bunch of, these kids got fucking braces. He's like 12 years old. This is a video of, if anything, it's sort of like, I don't think these people are outright political, but it's sort of like a subtle pro-Trump thing, if anything. Because they're basically like joking and threatening Iran here and pretending like, yeah, you want to fuck with us? Like, we'll fuck you up. We're America. So if anything, it's like a tacit agreement with Trump illegally bombing Iran. And Department of Homeland Security just lied and now put a fucking target on this kid's back by pretending he's threatening ICE agents. This is so fucking irresponsible, but they don't care. They're trying to spark a fucking race war, is what they're trying to do. Trying to get a black teen, if that, maybe a black 12-year-old killed. All right, ready? So here's the kid. The young man responds.
So I'm getting these mad messages from my DMs and social media and all my comments. And I randomly get a text message talking about a recent video that was posted on my account. I was like, what are y'all talking about? By the way, I'm sick, so if I sound weird, yeah. I get threats daily on IG and everywhere all over my social media all of a sudden due to an old video I posted months ago about Iran. Iran, that was not to be a threat. It was literally a joke, bro. Like, seriously, it's just content. Anyways, once I seen that video that was posted on my account, then I was like, what the fuck? Well, then I posted this like months ago, and I seen the caption, and then I was like, wait, I didn't do that. I still got the video saved on my draft from months ago on TikTok, bro. I'm gonna pull it up right here. Here's the fucked up part. The federal government is involved for something that I didn't do. Like, what? So this is what they reposted off my TikTok. That video got taken down. So here's what they reposted on their page. Now that video was going crazy to hell on Twitter, bro. Now I'm a threat to the government for something that I didn't do, bro. Now I'm being called a wannabe YN, a wannabe gangster over a video that I didn't caption or I didn't post. So thankful my followers for letting me know about this, because seriously, this is getting out of hand. Like, literally, this is going crazy viral all over social media right now. Probably might end up being on the news, bro. So my apologies for that contradiction and rumors from happening. I know my First Amendment, but I did not post that video. So to clear that out, I did not post that video. And I apologize for all the rumors that's going around right now on social media about this conflict.
They smeared this kid and they defamed this kid, and now he's got to come out and be like, wait, I didn't say that, I didn't do that, it was a joke video against Iran. Think about how crazy this is. Like, the lack of accountability, the lack of common sense, the lack of concern for others. I mean, it literally is just like groiped up fucking idiots running the Department of Homeland Security account. I'm sure other fucking accounts. You got white nationalists and Proud Boys and Klansmen and all sorts of shit, getting the positions at ICE, basically like deputized fucking redneck street thugs. And like, look at what they're trying to do. These are not people that are interested in creating a better country, like improving the country for people. These are people that are interested in fucking division and hatred is what they are. And so here we are. Now, by the way, there will probably be zero fucking accountability for this, zero consequences for this. Because you see what happens. The other week you had the Republicans group chat leak, and they're saying shit like, I love Hitler, and let's put our enemies in the gas chamber. And J.D. Vance comes out and says, boys will be boys, kids will be kids. Meanwhile, the chat is for people between ages 18 and 40. I'm fucking 37. I could technically be in the young Republicans group chat, right? And J.D. Vance is defending it. So if they can't even condemn, I love Hitler, let's put our enemy in the gas chambers, and they called NBA basketball monkey ball and shit, what are the chances that somebody's going to step in and hold the fucking groiped up idiot running that account accountable? Next to nothing. Next to zero. Next to zero. And so now this kid's got to walk around thinking, shit, is somebody going to fucking murder me over a fake video that I didn't say the things in that video? I wasn't fucking threatening ICE? It's just incredible, man. It's just incredible. We are so far gone. We are so through the looking glass. This country is so fucking cooked by these absolute hateful little spiteful, wretched cretins who are trying to usher in fascism as quick as possible. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.
Yeah, it's like really messed up right now, like what's going on. I think like if that was my child and he posted videos, and that's what the young people do. That's what teenagers do. If any of you have children or some of you have grandkids, this is what they do. They go online. There's not going to be no young little guy with no braces threatening ICE. And so it's like they're always trying to put us in the fight. Okay, now we can target Black Americans. And that's what they've been itching to do. Somehow You know, went from going after illegal aliens and then trying to go after black Americans. No matter what, we're always the target. We've been the target in this country for 400 years and it hasn't stopped. But if I was his parent, I most definitely would have a lawyer right now. I would get a lawyer. I would be suing everyone, suing them. I would be suing them. I'll be calling up, like, where is the Congressional Black Caucus? Where is the NAACP? Where is the ACLU? His rights have been violated. They've taken his video and they have used his image falsely, putting up captions that he did not put up and had no reason to put up. He's not even old enough to vote. He doesn't belong to any political party. And to use his image, and when Department of Homeland Security, when they posted that, they said it's been like over like 30 million views on that video. So the video has a lot of traction. And the child is getting death threats. And there are people, and it's adults on here right now, that no matter what's going on, you guys, if it's black or whatever, y'all going to go right along with it, unless it's your child. You're all going to go right along with it. No child there. You don't have 12, 13-year-olds who don't even vote, that they, going to post a video. They don't even probably know what ICE is. They're not even thinking about that. Kids are not thinking like that. They're thinking about playing their video games and girls and going to school.
And sports.
And he's been thrust into this because they like using the image, but it's sending out the wrong message. I don't know what's going on now with this government, but it's like there is a threat that's going on against American citizens. And I'm really concerned about it. And you'll have people that you can put videos up right in front of them. You can have people confessing to what they've done, and they'll still be in denial. We see that all the time here in America. It happens all the time. People be red-handed. You could, even in cop situation, handcuffs behind the back, on the ground, face down, shot in the head, and say they resisting arrest. And everybody said, oh, they was resisting arrest. Right on video, you see everything. So that's what people do in this country.
Yeah.
They don't want to face truths and what's going on, and that's why things continue to happen, and that's why they're trying to erase history, because they don't want people to remember how barbaric their ancestors were towards my ancestors.
Well, Creed, I see your racism pouring through what you type, but to correct you, I actually was the Republican first, and then my mom was a Democrat. And Creed saying a bunch of racist comments.
Well, you know what? You're going to answer to God. And you could stay in your racist bubble, but you don't do that at work. You don't do that with your neighbors. You don't do that with your you probably don't want to say you got black friends.
Yeah.
And you're going to answer to God.
Because
if you don't like our pigmentation, if you got a problem with it, take it up with God, because he created us.
And how do you explain
you take it up with God.
All
right? You're the Almighty, right? You don't like God making the human race with different ethnicities. We're one race, the human race.
And how do you explain how anytime some mass murder happened, that it's not by a black person, but it's by what you're defending?
Well, it's like the news cycle shows them what they want to see, and they want to paint a picture of black people and create a stereotype that doesn't exist. A stereotype that continues. And the truth is going to manifest. Everybody knows. That's why I like social media, because you know what? You can fact check everything. You can get your own statistics. You could go to Ground News. You don't have to listen to Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, Meet the Press, Rachel Maddow. You don't have to listen to any of your news sources. You can go to content creators that have no skin in the game. You can go to Google. You can find out the information for yourself. And if you still want to be in denial, oh, well, you can stay in bubble land. It doesn't matter. But the truth is the truth. And this show is called Speak the Truth 2.0. We're not beholden to the red, or the blue. We're beholden to God.
No.
I tried to be with the Democrats. They have failed us tremendously. Then I tried to go with the Republicans, and they're doing at another level what the Democrats been doing to the black community. As soon as we start coming over to the Republicans, now they want to shit on us.
Christy said, God bless you.
You know, we're trying.
God bless you too, Christy.
God bless you. You know, there's no party that wants to represent Americans. Only thing they want us doing is fighting each other and telling us, oh, well, have the poor white people, as long as you're above the black people, y'all, you know, keep y'all angry when they're living in their mansions and enjoying their lives.
Educated one always. How's that true, what you just said? How's that true? Like, please enlighten me. Yeah, this one's getting a lot of racists in the comments.
You know what? They could live their life, and they're gonna die, and they're gonna stand before God, and they're gonna give account for everything. Don't let God be black. Okay, don't allow that to happen. And if you think that heaven is just for one race, you're gonna have a rude awakening that there's no all white section in heaven. You could do that here on earth. You can't do that in heaven. So if you got a problem with the human race, then we know you don't want to go to heaven. That's not for you. People, like, when you're born, you are not in control of that. God is. And I love my color. I love my race. I think we have the most swag. We define the culture in America, from rock to gospel to hip hop to style to swag. It all comes from Black Americans. We know who we are. We're perfectly and wonderfully made, and God loves us. We're the apple of his eye. And we don't need the approval of any other race that thinks somehow they're superior over others when God didn't make you superior over anybody. That's your own imagination. And the only reason why you feel that way is because all the other races are nicer and kinder. We're not brutal. We don't go around trying to stomp on people and hurt people and do all the things that have been done or enslave people. All the other races, the Native Americans, have been wiped out trying to help. You know, it's like we're not, but we could be. And it's going to get to a point that all these other minorities in the country are going to get tired of being brutalized and bullied with the unfairness when the other races, we're not like that. And we're not revengeful. We're not trying to attack anybody. But somehow you got racist people that are in the administration right now. They won't leave us alone. Somehow they want us involved in trying to attack us, trying to arrest us, trying to fill up the prisons, because prison is a business. And they want big, their other billionaire friends say, oh, we need more prisoners. The farmers, they need farm workers because they getting rid of all the migrant workers on the farm. So put Black people back on the farms, imprison them. Then now you got the farmers got their labor back. That's why they want the 14-year-olds, like those kids in the video. That's their target. Because Trump said, arrest them now because 20 years from now, they could commit crimes, even though he's in the White House and he was convicted as a felon. He should have grace and mercy. And Byron Donalds, who wrote the new crime bill, they get the freaking Black man who was a felon that's been arrested twice, and they get Byron Donalds that he wants to put 14-year-olds and sentence them like adults, not for murder and rape, just put them in jail. That's what they're doing now in Washington. They're going to all these so-called cities that have Black mayors where they can arrest Black people. There's an onslaught of going after Black people right now. It's intentional. It's all planned out. We just late to the party. All this stuff, they plan all this stuff out. It's already been planned out. They're going after everyone. They're going after the rich Black people, the MBAs. They're going after the poor black people. They're going after black people. We have always been the target, whether we want to participate or not. We mind our own business. We not protest. They still won't leave us alone.
Creed, you trying to troll is embarrassing.
Still won't leave us alone.
This dude's just trolling the whole time.
But we're resilient because he's butthurt.
Yeah.
People only troll and they only act like because you can agree to disagree and you can have substance. But it's all over the news. Everything is everywhere. And that's why I like what we have now. You don't have to rely on biases in the media. That they only want to show you one side. We've been showing Republican mostly. And now we're doing Democrats. And we don't agree with everything with either party. And when we don't agree, we're gonna call out like this. Like this channel started supporting Trump, all of that, because he was closing the border, he was doing great. But now he has people in his ears that they're more interested in racism than anything else. And now they start getting the black vote. You're going to lose the black vote now. You know, because now you're coming after voters that have supported you. And Trump is saying he had more black votes in this election than I think since Ronald Reagan. He had even more than Ronald Reagan, he said, when he was president. But when you show us who you are, we're going to believe you. This president was not the president during his first term, 45. He did the First Step Act. He gave a lot of support to HBCUs. But now the people that he has writing his speeches, like Stephen Miller, he got Elon Musk. I thought Elon Musk was the vice president when he first got elected. There's a lot of controlling going on. And so the man that he was, and he used to be a Democrat, President Trump, is like, when you get to his age, you should do right by all the people.
Well,
you should do right by everyone. That's because you already got the wealth. Why don't you be a good man?
To the people in the comments, like, try to put it in your own shoes for once and try to think of it if it was your son or your grandson that got painted in a bad light and to the whole world to see. And, you know, people have reactions to that aren't going to be the most friendly. You know, you have to put yourself in the situation.
And we're just talking about it. And they can't handle it. But it's all right to have...
saying we're wrong.
It's all right to have false accusations, right? That it's all right for someone to take your child and let them use AI imaging and put your child up like that. And let them make death threats with your family. And his family need to have a news conference. And they need to speak out about this.
I bet I could take, if you have a girl, your girl, bro.
A Twitter account. The official Homeland Security X account.
Don't want to play the music. What we want? They could be put on timeouts or whatever the case may be. Look at this, little kids.
Homeland Security, where they apparently reposted a TikToker's video, and the caption over the top says, "ICE, we're on the way. Word in the streets, cartels put a $50K bounty on y'all." And there's a bunch of black men putting on masks, ready to go attack ICE. Hey, let's set aside all the irony based on them talking about how afraid they are of that, even though they've got a bunch of white folks attacking people in the streets with masks on. But the Homeland Security posted that and said, FAFO, if you threaten or lay hands on our law enforcement officers, we will hunt you down and you will find out really quick. We'll see you cowards soon. So they're now on social media being keyboard warriors, talking about how they're coming after black folks that posted apparently something on TikTok about coming after ICE because the cartels are now in conjunction with us and they're going to pay us $50,000 so we can buy more guns and drugs and have sex because that's what black guys do, because this Department of Homeland Security is full of racists. I saw this because Joy Reid was talking about it. I want to let her break it down a little bit differently.
Hey fam, so the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem's outfit, is now weaponizing social media against the American people and putting Americans' lives at Congress. The Department of Homeland Security ex-Twitter account posted this video purporting to show a group of young black men threatening ICE agents, saying there's a 50,000 bounty on your heads, and we're coming for you. And then they make a threat back and say that if you threaten ICE agents, we're coming to get you. Well, it turns out the video is an AI fake. An astute user on X-Twitter noticed that the Homeland Security video, which is a TikTok video, they've actually changed the caption on the video. The original TikTok video has a completely different caption. It's not about ICE at all. It's about Iran. They even changed the music. That's how you know it was re-edited, because the musical track on the clip is different. The caption is completely different. And they essentially used this young man's video in order to create a fake appearance.
I don't know why she playing that music on here.
That these federal agents are being threatened and that there's a bounty on their heads, which they've apparently made up. And they're using anti-blackness in order to create this fake sense of threat. That is your government using your resources, your tax dollars, in order to weaponize American social media to get those Americans death threats, because that's what's happening to this young man.
That is exactly what's happened to this young man. So Joy Reid talked about the big crux in this whole thing. FAFO from the Department of Homeland Security towards these young black guys. So then once they then put that out, she continues to talk about the response from the guy that was the focus of that apparent AI video that DHS took and manipulated and used for their own purposes, because, they hate black folks too, in case you forgot. Here's more from Joy Reid talking about it. She also shows what that user said in response.
Here's a little bit of his video in which he talks about the fact that since this video has gone viral, he's not getting death threats. Take a listen.
I get threats daily on IG and everywhere, all over my social media, all of a sudden, due to an old video I posted months ago about Iran. Iran, that was not to be a threat. It was literally a joke, bro. Like, seriously, it's just content. Anyways, once I seen that video that was posted on my account, and I was like, what the fuck? Well, didn't I post this like months ago?
Got
And I seen
braces
the
and a
caption.
child.
And then I was like, wait, I didn't do that. I still got the video saved on my draft months ago on TikTok, bro. I'm gonna pull it up right here. Now here's the fucked up part. The federal government is involved with something that I didn't.
He spoke for 3 minutes on his full video, but that was Joy Reid's part of it that she was showing folks. Now death threats have come his way. I'm just waiting for the next thing to drop, or for them maybe hoping that somebody starts getting hurt, or maybe people respond to these death threats. The targets of these death threats respond, and now we got more fighting in the streets, more folks that they...
You know what? I'm just so shocked, and I'm going to be honest. I didn't see all this coming when Trump got elected. I really believe that Trump wanted to put America first. I had no idea that the people that were behind his campaign had such a great influence over him, to the point that he's turning his back on American people. And this is a disservice. I mean, AI is a real thing now. They can take your image and they can do the same thing with no problems. But when you have the government putting a video out like that, talking about FAFO, what happened to people being able to articulate without cursing and carrying themselves that way? They sound like they from the street. They don't sound like professionals at all. But they got all this vitriol towards Americans. I'm just shocked. I'm shocked. They said they were about America first. That means all of us. That's what they ran on. They said the Democrats' focus is only on the illegal immigrants. They've been fighting for their rights, fighting for them. They forgot about Black America that put their behinds in office in the first place. We didn't get no anti-hate crime bill, no George Floyd bill, no John Lewis bill, nobody bill, no reparations, nothing. But they didn't have a problem giving reparations to 14 plus million people that never worked a day in their life in this country. They showered them with $20,000 worth of SNAP benefits, $30,000 cash. They were giving them cash benefits too. Luxury apartments, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, housing, cars, education, taking care of their kids, everything. And our vets got nothing. American citizens are still homeless on the streets. Nothing is being done for them. They care more about their detainees. When we got prisons that men are being raped in every day and the conditions are barbaric and horrific, guards are turning the people that are in custody of these facilities, the inmates are being killed, and nothing has been. Where the senators and congressmen run into those prisons? These American prisons. They're not there because it's not newsworthy.
Yeah. So Kathy said a good point also. So I go with what you're saying. Finally got a good comment. She said, no one's thinking about the danger the kids have been put in because of the government. Just point the finger at the black teenager.
Yeah,
Exactly.
nobody, they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care because there's a stereotype coming from the top. So when you see the children, they putting this, they're already brainwashed. That's why they keep saying it over and over again. Chicago, they're thugs, they're born criminals. They saying it over and over until you believe it. But guess who the mass shooters are? How many times, what have the White House said about all the mass shootings? They had mass shooting at Target. Then he hijacked car, nothing was said. CDC officer was killed. Nothing said about that. Charlie Kirk, alleged killer, wasn't the radical left. It was Tyler Robinson. And the same day, a young man from Evergreen High School, he was a mass shooter the same day. In York, Pennsylvania, 5 cops ambushed, 3 of them murdered, 2 in critical condition. No, not one word. And then the newscasters, they said, we're going to say his name one time. And the rest of the newscast, they wouldn't even say his name. Wouldn't say the name of the killer that killed the cops. Other cop shot in his town 15 times, 10 times in the back of the head. Not one mention from the White House. Mass shooters shot up the schools, kids praying. Not one mention from the White House from the president.
That's so sad.
Not one mention. All these, this is going on. There's been so many cop killings, and it is not even being, the White House hasn't said one word. White on white crime, by the way. All this white on white crime. They running around killing everybody, these young white guys. But nobody's saying we need to watch out for the young white guys. They going into a movie theater, or going to the grocery store, or going to Target, or going to school, or going to church. You don't have nothing to say about them. That's not us. That's not us. But you have nothing to say about that. But they want to stereotype and make black people the face of DEI that didn't benefit us. It benefited white women. But they want to act like we got something from we didn't. And now they're stripping away all affirmative action, all trying to strip away all civil rights, trying to move all the artifacts from the Smithsonian to show how barbaric and how my ancestors were treated. You know, so, but don't want to talk about any of that as long as you can blame black people. Here, we had nothing to do with ICE. That's what they're doing to this young man. They always trying to come for us, even when we have nothing to do with situations. We minding our own damn business.
See, it's really just terrifying to see, like, reading the chat, just having the realization, like, how easily people can get brainwashed by the news and the media.
Because they're broke and they're miserable, and you have to have someone to blame. And it's been easy to blame the black community, but we're not our ancestors. We're not. We're not the enslaved people. We're not the ones that's watching all this happen. And we're not going to go to court. We're not going to fight it politically the way that we should. We'll hold back our money, boycott. You know, y'all got a problem. Y'all don't want our money. Guess what? We buy in everybody's stores. Keep our money in our own community. Oh, we can shut it down.
Yeah,
and that's what we need to do.
And then the thing about it too is these are adults in the chat.
Oh, it's adults, and our votes they have to be earned. Because I was thinking that the black community was then going to go more red. Because I thought the Republican Party was going to do right by us, but the Republican Party are doing more than they didn't do more than Democrats, because Democrats, they started the Ku Klux Klan, they filibustered the Civil Rights Bill, they behind Jim Crow, and Biden was to author the 1994 crime bill. Maybe the Republicans are trying to catch up with that. Because now they're trying to imprison us, they're trying to take us back, they're trying to remove history, they're targeting us because we have some of the most racist people that's in Trump's cabinet. One of them is his writer. Stephen Miller is his writer. He's writing the speeches. And he's spewing out all his hate. I heard his Charlie Kirk speech talking about the storm is coming. They don't know what they unleashed. I heard his speech in Memphis trying to tell the cops that you can do what you want to do. Why are y'all there? And everybody knows crime is down throughout the United States prior to Trump. Prior to Trump. But this is a way that you can arrest people based on the color of their skin. How many white people being arrested? How many white people were arrested in Washington? How many white people were arrested? Because we don't lead in crimes. He's trying to say you safe and you could go to the store. I have not seen no frail, scary white women. White women are not these frail, little, scared people. And a lot of them marry black, and white men marry black women. They love black women. So this country is blended. We're blended. People you think they don't have a black wife got a black wife. People you think don't have a white husband got a white husband. People you think that grandmother, really senior grandmother, she got black grandkids. We're blended. And you have a lot of people that's not going for this. I'm talking about people in general. It's just somehow it's a group of people, the Christian nationalists or whatever, the white supremacy, they feel like that they're going to overrun everyone, including other white people, with their racism. It's real. It's real. And what they did to this young man, these elected officials need to be on it. The congressmen, the senators, whoever his congressman is, and the state that represents him, they should be involved. His congressmen should be involved. His senators should be involved. The ACU should be involved. The NAACP should be involved. Everyone should be, the Congressional Black Caucus, everybody should be looking into this because it's dangerous and it's serious. And it needs to be addressed. Let me do the hearts because nobody wants it. Just let the numbers go down.
I'm trying to be a part of the stream.
Okay, well, talk. Go ahead. It's ridiculous.
Apparently, the original video that they took and manipulated for the purpose of scaring scary-ass racists into thinking black folks are not coming for their lily-livered white ICE agents. Apparently, it was this trend video talking about targeting Iran. I'm not sure if you guys saw many of those trends. I only saw 2 people do it, so I didn't know it was much of a trend. But this is one of the craziest parts, from my understanding at least. Maybe I'm wrong, but from my understanding of the 2 that I saw, it was from like June or so, whenever those Iran attacks were carried out by Trump to take out the nuclear facilities, which to this day we still don't know the effectiveness of it because, Pete Hegseth has got mad about it and made sure he cut out all journalists from even asking any questions. But there was response from folks that were doing the whole Iran responds to us and man, we're going to respond back and there's going to be a fight on our hands. This is what we were potentially worried about, escalation to an armed conflict. And many folks were online talking about some Iran, come get it. You see what we can do. You don't want to F with us. That was like a supportive video to the stupid shit that Donald Trump was doing, that he was covering up and acting like it was some super effective thing. They used a potentially supportive, trendy video about the attacks on the Iran nuclear facilities and turned it into this guy attacking ICE. Just think about that. Whether you support their bullshit or not, they will use you for the sake of a scarecrow to make sure that all of their minions are afraid of these guys because they look scary, right? They're black and they put a mask on their face. Last part from Joy Reid talking about how bad this really is, because this is what I was thinking, but sometimes she puts things a little better than me.
If your government can steal your content in order to weaponize a falsity, a lie against Americans in order to get Americans' lives, in order to get Americans, death threats, threatening their lives, that's your government doing that to you. What else could they do using your social media in order to create fictions and lies that they can use against the American people? Wake up. This government is dangerous. This regime is incredibly, incredibly dangerous and malevolent, and they are weaponizing your government against you. Hopefully that young man is safe.
That's where we've come with AI. There's always been the discussions about how AI eventually is going to get good enough that people don't know one thing from the other. They don't know how to detect whether or not it's fake or not. And in many cases, I hadn't looked at much of this yet, but there's, of course, some folks who said they can tell. There was folks who asked and looked into certain kinds of cues into whether or not it was fake. I guess all that's up in the air because in response to this, I guess they saw Joy Reid's videos about it, and the Homeland Security responded yet again on X and said, "We have receipts." They're pushing back. This young man posted violent threats of murder against our law enforcement. He then deleted it when he was called out and attempted to deny all wrongdoing. "We have the receipts and the internet is forever. The willful ignorance and intentional blindness by leading Democrats to the massive increase in violent rhetoric against our agents due to their actions is both disgusting and disappointing.
He's a
Violence
Democrat.
against our
He's not
agents and
even
officers
voting. He's
must
a child.
stop.
Ain't
Pay
that
attention.
something?
I was saying this the other day about March Luther King. Pay attention to what they're saying and why they're saying it. They said they have the receipts on this guy. They're going to come after people who are now threatening to come after ICE agents for a $50,000 bounty that was put out on their heads by cartels. Instead of them continuing to talk about the guy that they have receipts on, they went on to talk about how leading Democrats have this massive increase in violent rhetoric to our agents. And also violence, all these agents must stop. This sounds like the whole purpose of this whole thing is to then go to more divisive ideas and tactics and language to talk about how Democrats have the violent rhetoric. Who said this guy's a Democrat?
He's
I didn't know
a
that this
child.
guy was an elected official. Who knew that this guy even votes? I don't even know if he's an adult, bro. But the guy put out a video and now somehow he's connected to leading Democrats. I'm not sure which leading Democrats he's in conjunction with. I didn't know that he's also on the House floor while we're in a government shutdown, but they linked it all together because what they want to do is cause people who are maybe beginning to waver on their bullshit to look up and go, don't forget, you're supposed to be afraid of black men. You're supposed to be afraid of anybody that talks about how ICE are actually the terrorists in this country. And then you're supposed to, if you see these guys on the streets, you attack them because that's what this administration is all about. Division, violence, and absolutely extreme lies. So I'm sure there's plenty of people who believe the Department of Homeland Security has some kind of receipts on this. I remember they put it in capital letters, except after that, I haven't seen these receipts yet. I looked for it. I said, maybe the Department of Homeland Security is all over this. I've yet to see the receipts. I'm looking for the receipts. I haven't seen any receipts yet. In fact, this is all that happened for another story. It says DHS did not edit, change, or use AI in any other form, any manner or form to alter this video. It was downloaded directly from this individual's account on Friday, October 17th, after it had already acquired over 40,000 likes and hundreds of comments urging individuals to target our ICE officers. Everything that they say, the first thought you should have is this must be untrue until they prove otherwise. Because that's who they are. Not because I just decided to say that, because that's who they've proven to us to be countless times. Why should you believe them? And why shouldn't you believe that guy? Have you ever seen that guy before? Do you know him?
It's just so sad that they would use children that aren't even old enough to vote or old enough to drive, that are wearing braces, and they would do that. They had the perfect image of Black youth that they were looking for, and they use it. When the young man initially made the video, he was really supporting Trump, talking about, yeah, we got this, Iran, and whatever.
Educate one always. I'm actually in college right now.
You know, it's just sad. It doesn't matter. You know, you're going to have people that are so full of nothing. They're empty vessels. They have so much emptiness and hate in their own lives, and they're just miserable. That even when you show them and prove it to them, even if Homeland Security come out and say, yes, we did this, that we just liked the video, we wanted to use his image, but you put his life in danger. Even if they admit it, the first thing, oh, wait, he shouldn't have made the video, he shouldn't have worn it. It will always be that coming from certain people. But they don't never say that about their own. Never say that about their own. They're going in these schools and these supermarkets and these colleges. Don't say anything. Not one damn word about their own. Not one word. You got to look in your own backyard before you try to talk about another community, especially when your community is leading in crime. Leading in crime. I have another video that I could even briefly put up the freaking statistics. You know, always trying to paint us, but that's why I'm so happy that we're living in social media time, that you could bring up freaking receipts. You could bring it all up. I had put up a while ago a video about the FBI, their 2019 statistics. And someone else did it. I forget which video, but I did it months ago to show who were really leading in crime and what was going on. And this young man, he did a video on it, and if I can find it, I'll put him up, because you need to see the statistics. And you could go on FBI, on their website, and you could get the statistics as well. I'm going to go here and go to his channel. Because people won't take the time and Google, use Siri, use ChatGPT, do their own fact checks. They won't do it. But they want to argue with you when they won't even do the research themselves, which you can find out in a matter of minutes.
You see the comments, Mom?
No. Oh, he got everything up on his. But it is, I forget which video he used. I know he did like problematic on this one. All this, the truth, he did like the truth about white men, bootlicker, delusional, fatigue, volunteer. I'm trying to think, which video did I see? It might have been, I don't know, was this one. It might be this video. But he actually put the statistics up. Let's see if it's this one that he did it. Yeah, I think he did. Yep, this is his video. His name is Antonio.
I feel like it's only right that we all come together and coin a new term, Black obsession. Throughout all of history, it seems that racists have a very strange obsession with Black people. Now in 2025, every other day there is a new example of this. Recently, a white man went to a all-Black barbershop to discuss his Black fatigue. I did a video on my second channel already breaking down all of the false statistics and fallacies, but I will say this. He walked out of that barbershop alive. He did not get kirked. And it's just so strange because these white conservatives walk around like white people shit do not stink. And I'll say this all the time, there is nothing wrong with bringing up the problems in the Black community, but also sweep under your own porch first. White America has greater problems than Black fatigue. White men only make up about 29% of the population, but guess what? They account for 75% of incest perpetrators, 65% of prostitution johns, 65% of pedos, 60% of kidnappers, 60% of rapists, 77% of child you-know-what arrests, and are half of the mass shooters. So my thing is, you can talk about Black problems, but address your own people's problems first. That's my thing. And like I say all the time, this is exactly what Charlie Kirk did.
So Black people make up 13% of the American population. Why do they commit 55% of all the, 13% of the population, and they commit 58% of all the murder? Number one cause of Black death in Chicago.
Are you serious?
Other Blacks killing Blacks.
Other Blacks?
Yes.
I'm going to break this stat down every chance I get for y'all. So they're basing their information off the 2019 FBI crime data stats. And yes, black people did make up 15% of the arrests. Arrests, y'all, not convictions. And do you know which group in America is the most exonerated? Black people at 50%. That is crazy. And you notice how every time in these clips, the stat changed, bro. Like, this is the thing about the Charlie Kirks and the dude that went to the barbershop. The people that they're debating do not really know statistics. He went to a black barbershop with older black men who probably never even looked up a crime statistic. And that's why I try to push y'all to go do your own research, know these statistics, in case you ever run into one of these dudes. And then to be honest, you really don't even gotta know stats. All you have to do is a simple Google search and it will debunk those theories. And that's why that barbershop video made me so mad, because those black men, they could have easily broke down all of that stuff. But the thing about it, these racist people know exactly who to argue with, man. I'm telling you. And I just find it so funny how a lot of these racist people love to tell black people to take accountability. But white people are the biggest hypocrites. They seem to never take accountability. It's the same reason every other day we're seeing a new white Christian claim that slavery wasn't bad.
The institution of slavery is not inherently evil. Okay, I'll take it a step further. It is not inherently evil to own another human being.
If you go back in time and get rid of slavery from the entire world, you have just, it's impossible to say what the world looks like right now. Actually, what we can say is that all of us today would be in a worse spot if slavery never existed at all across the entire globe. Because a change that significant would likely shift the course of events in a way that would mean none of us would even exist. It would be a world full of other people who are not us.
Now, like I said in the intro, there are many examples of just how racists are obsessed with black people. I want to show you another one. Now, Angel Reese recently made history by becoming the first athlete to be a fashion runway model. And this is why a lot of racists hate Angel Reese. Aside from basketball, she has pull in many other genres. As you can see in this clip right here, this is on Facebook. She was killing it, man. She looks amazing. Check out this comment right here, though. Jody Moat said, they look scared of a giant sloth. 141 likes. Just some haters, man. So let's go to her page, though. Taylor Salad Arms, my goodness. Literally, she resembles a sloth more than Angel Reese, bro. You can't make this up. That is why I want to get on the topic, bro, of racism is nothing but jealousy.
Most people don't realize this, but all racism is just jealousy that has mutilated so much that now it's so evil. It's legit the almost final evil form of jealousy. And I'm not talking about the systemic racism, the racism that's in the systems that, keep black people down and keep them
and
in
people are aware of it too.
I'm just talking about the type of racism that's in people's brains and their opinions and the biases they held, things like that. They're jealous of the things that maybe black people are capable of, or the natural bodies or faces that they're born with, or I don't know, maybe even the influence that black people have on things like entertainment and music and even sports and arts, just being jealous of kind of the culture that the black community holds. And
without the ones like you working tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop.
Yeah.
No matter
it's it's just different examples. And the stuff that's going on, Trump has only been in office for 8 or 9 months. And if he don't grab a hold of his presidency, this stuff is going to continue. Stephen Miller is he's leading the way. And every day is an attack on Black Americans now, and we see it. And it's a lot. It's a lot that's going on. But they're going after the children. They're going after the athletes. They're going after Black women. They attack Black women, and that's the worst. The way that they attack and they treat Black women. Like it's okay to brutalize a Black woman. These cops, these different officers, these people think it's okay to be violent. Men being violent towards a woman. No woman should go along with something like that. But that's what's happening. It's a lot.
Jealousy is a normal human emotion to feel. But then when you don't clock your jealousy, when you can't accept your jealousy, you kind of hide it, and the more you try to hide something, the more it mutilates into something really, really evil.
And this just makes so much sense, because like Cat Williams stated, if I don't like something, I'm not going to pay attention to it. Best believe that. Think about it, bro. It's just Black people and Black culture are you can't get past it. We're just too influential.
And I feel ever since they added TikTok images, it really exposed what Black people have been saying for years.
about how influential Black American culture is worldwide, and we've been saying that since even before 2020. Like people keep on calling it TikTok slang, Gen Z slang. Like I'm Nigerian American, but I know I grew up in America. It's Black American slang, and I feel like the TikTok images really just showcases that, because most of the images in the comment sections are just Black people being shown, and that goes to show how it's like a physical, in a sense, like a visual manifestation of what we mean by the spread of Black American culture. Because these images were once only shared among the Black community, and now everybody's using them the same way the slang gets spread, the style gets spread. But because now we see these people are physically Black, obviously, it's easier for people to, I guess, conceptualize it or understand it.
And I want to bring back up my Black woman again. Whenever I'm on TikTok and I go under a racist post, they love dropping memes like this. Look at these pictures of the white women. Who do you think they're trying to look like? The big lips, the big butt. Come on, bro. It's always a jealousy thing, y'all. That's all it is. They hate us because they ain't us. I ain't gonna lie. I understand these racists, because just look at some of these Black women. I mean, not to be a simp or to pander, but my goodness, bro. It really blows my mind how some Black men claim that they don't like Black women. What the hell wrong with y'all? Now, the same can be said about Black men as well. A few months ago, there was a trend going around on TikTok when the 6'5" dreadhead started squaring up because I was running my mouth a little too much. And the song that they were using for the picture was I Won't Back Down. Here's another one. When the 6'4" dreadhead started squaring up because I started fake whipping him. When the 6'4" light skin starts to square up because I said the hard R one too many times. It's literally giving up sense, bro. One thing about me, I do not take these jokes lightly. Time and time again, we see these jokes have a deeper meaning. And with this trend, it just seems like the fetishization of Black men. They're basically talking about their dream man. Light skin, dreads, tall, what is this? Now, my last example I want to bring up is this young Republican group chat leak. If you don't know what was going on, it was a group chat full of young Republicans. They were from the age of 24 to 35.
They were old. They were not young.
In the group chat, they were talking about the mustache man, immigrants, gay people, and of course, Black people.
Gas
and I seen
chambers.
a TikTok on this situation that was really interesting to me.
White people are obsessed with Black people, which is why racists exist. Because in order to be racist, you need to wake up every day and just continuously think about why you don't like a person or a group of people based on the color of their skin. In response to my video about the young Republican group chat in which they joked about racism, anti-Semitism, gas chambers, I got several responses like this saying, "You're acting like Black people don't talk about white people the same way we talk about you in your group chats. Black people do not think about white people."
Facts.
At all.
Facts.
And I know that's probably hard for you guys to comprehend because you think about us so much. Our lives do not revolve around what white people are doing, what white people are saying.
Care.
We do not talk about you guys when you're not in the room. We don't talk about you even when you are in the room unless you do something. Half of the commentary you see from Black people, including myself, that is online, comes in response to you guys doing or saying some crazy shit. And in reality, the only thing that Black people want is to be left alone by white people. But you guys won't leave us alone because you think about us all the time. And if you don't believe me, maybe you'll believe someone who looks like you.
Black people want to be left alone. They don't want revenge. They don't want to replace us, as some extremist groups have said. They just want to live life in peace, the way they want to live. They want family, they want love, and they want to live in a society where they know they belong here. They want society to also know that they belong here.
That's not culturally a thing that we do, but apparently it's something you do, so you think that we're sitting around pondering about what you're doing. This goes back to why white women think that they're the managers of the world, so we can come question Black people and what they're doing. You can stalk us outside. You can have all these thinks and thought pieces about how we exist. And it's I've never really understood it, but it's because you guys are infatuated with the idea of one, us being free citizens to think, vote, have jobs, and make money. Two, we're not subjugated by you literally like we used to be. Three, it's a weird obsession where you want to be liked by us and you want us to think that you're cool. And four, a combination of all the above. But sorry, to answer your question, no, we do not have group chats where we sit around talking about white people. I hope that helps you on this beautiful Sunday. Stay blessed.
That's it for this.
I tell you, boy, God is so good. But that's the truth. We do not sit around talking about white people. We don't care about white people. We just want to mind our business, live our lives, go to work, make our income, and take care of our family and love on our loved ones. That's it. Just like everybody else. And we are resilient. We're resilient. And that's the way that God made us. And nothing is too hard for God. Everything that we've been through, we keep putting one foot in front of the other, and this too shall pass. But we're not going to ignore what's going on because people think that we are supposed to accept all of this. You're not supposed to say anything. You're just supposed to be attacked. You're supposed to be mistreated. You're supposed to be just, dragged through the mud. And you're not supposed to push back. And when you do push back, then that's an issue for some people. That's a big issue for some people. Because why are they speaking the truth? Why are they pushing back? Why don't they just take this lying down? We never have. And we certainly not going to do it now. It's not going to happen. And while we're fighting each other and this government wants us to implode, right now Russia is just waiting to become the superpower of the world along with China, along with India, along with Kim Un. They don't care about us. They're laughing at us. Trump got us declaring war on Americans, and the rest of the world is waiting to attack.
Look what Reba said. She said, "I'm so sorry. I'm a 73-year-old white lady, and I love black people. You're lied on all the time, and that is evil."
Yeah, it's wrong. And I'm glad that you know that, but people have to understand that your government is not higher than God. And people have a misconception. They think that they want to pray, and some of these people actually go to church. And they actually go to church and they want God to forgive them of their sins. They want to plead because somebody in their family might be ill, suffering from a disease, illnesses. They lost their jobs. They want God to do all this. And this is how they treat God's people. This is how they treat God's people. How are you going to stand before God? Oh, but God, they were black. Oh, God, they were Indian. Oh, but God, they were Asian. How are you going to say that to God that created us? Wherever we are, he designed it. He made the human race. And we're going to have a hierarchy, like skin color is a power. Like most of the world is brown. It's fear that drives people to behave the way they're behaving now. We got to keep them on our feet. We got to keep them in order. We got to lock them up. We got to make the judiciary system against them. We got to take away all their benefits, take away their jobs, keep them impoverished. And then when they commit crimes, see? But you took away the jobs, the education, the housing. You took everything away. And then when they got to eat, see? Look how they behave. Why did they get a job? I had a job. I got fired. You fired all of us. Stuff has to change, and it begins with us. And people have so many biases now because of the news media. They want us to fight each other instead of standing together. Because guess what? When those SNAP benefits stop, November the 1st, it's going to affect more people in red states and more MAGA than anyone else. And that's when you're going to hear a different tone. That's when everybody's going to come together. Let the government still be shut down by November the 1st. And let 186 million people, is it 186 million people or 186 million dollars in cuts with health care? People are going to lose their health care?
Well,
the biggest cut in the history of the United States of America?
Well, Creed, to answer your question, that the Son of God, Jesus Christ was a person too. He was the Son of God, Jesus Christ.
In the flesh.
And when he was Jesus Christ, he was emotional. Jesus used to cry. Jesus used to laugh. Jesus used to be angry.
He was human.
He was a human being.
He was God in the flesh.
Yeah.
He experienced everything. And he died for all your sins. All those lashes, all that blood that was spilled, it was for you.
So yes, God was emotional, to answer your question.
Yeah. But you sound emotional too and sensitive, But anyway, some people, no matter what, they'll never come around because it's about me, 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 me. But as long as injustice is going on and all these things are going on and we're fighting each other, while we're fighting each other, you got other countries that are plotting. And we're fighting one another instead of us standing together. We already had open borders. I thought after the open borders, the Americans would come together and stand as one nation under God. But we can't do that because the people at the top want racism to go on. They want to attack. They want to paint a certain picture. So we're going to fight each other. And that's more suitable for people. But when you lose your job and those jobs that were promised, they're not here. Those companies that were promised, they're not here. All these problems, but there's hundreds of thousands of people that have lost their jobs, so that employment rate is skyrocketing. But there's no jobs to replace those living wage jobs. They haven't introduced any hundreds of thousands of new jobs when they got rid of hundreds and thousands of employees. And now they're not going to have health care, life insurance. It's a lot when you lose your job. You lose all your benefits as well. You're going to lose your house, your car, your insurance. You're going to lose everything. Everything. And now they're losing everything. And now there's no food stamps assistance because, believe it or not, people work and still need help with purchasing food. Working people need help. So anyway, you guys, y'all can take it or leave it, but we'll all come together one day. We all should come together because we got bigger threats looming while Trump has us busy, or his administration. I don't even know if it's all Trump or his administration, but they got us busy going after each other while the bigger threats is outside of this country. And our military and our FBI, he got them going to different cities, still trying to arrest black people. FBI, that's their job. But we're supposed to have 350 terrorists. We're supposed to have 2 million gotaways in this country. We're supposed to have 55,000 Chinese nationalists. Cartel, ISIS.
Why does nobody talk about the missing children?
I forgot about the 350,000 missing children. Where are you, FBI? What is Kash Patel doing?
He's
because they got Stephen Miller or whoever it is got him. They got orders to go after black people. Yeah. Kash Patel went after the NBA players. They in Philly going at all black cities with black mayors. They're there. They want to fill up the prisons. They're attacking black Americans. And now they got the video out by the Department of Homeland Security that's featuring a young black guy that they took and they put their own captions on his video. He's a child. He's not even old enough to vote. He doesn't belong to any political party. I mean,
they sadly just moved on from the children.
Yeah, it's like this is insanity. So you can target the children. So when you kill our kids, they look like a threat. Oh, they had a mask on, but y'all MFers have goddamn school shooters. But y'all don't do that with y'all children. They go up, shoot up churches. You got a white guy just recently shot up a church and burned it down. Man, y'all don't say nothing. It's hard to say something to us when we looking at your backyard. All this stuff is on the news. We see it. They don't highlight it. You got to search for it. But it's there if you look. You got to look for it. But anyway, things got to change. That's why Russia, Zelensky wants us to fight the war against Russia. We stronger than Russia, but a lot of us we would lose our lives. He wants it to be our war. Trump knows the war going on. There'll be no elections in 2028. That's the whole game. He don't have to go anywhere. We're trying to bomb Venezuela, and then didn't you just say they bombed somewhere else in Latin America?
They sent a boat full of military equipment, I think, to Argentina.
I didn't even read the article yet, but I know we just gave Argentina $40 or $50 billion, but we don't have money for Americans to feed them during the government shutdown while Mike Johnson allowed them to go on vacation, the Republicans. So that's inexcusable. They should be meeting and they should be resolving this issue. It's a shutdown, and 4,000 more people have lost their jobs. People about to be cut off with no food stamps. People are going to be losing their health care. And they're saying all these millions of people, Americans will lose their health care and hospital will close and nursing homes will close, all that, then the Democrats need to hold out. Okay. That's one thing I'll be in agreement. If they're telling the truth, what's going on, they need to hold out because most of the people going to be affected are MAGA.
Okay, I found it. It says
what?
The United States sends aircraft carrier strike group to Caribbean in escalation of boat strikes.
To the Caribbean? Why are we shooting them? What is
strikes another boat in the Caribbean? Yeah, they just.
Did they say we're in the Caribbean? Because we got connections to the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's CNN and NBC News.
This is, I don't know. Trump wants a war or something. I thought he didn't want a war, but all this bombing, different people bombing boats and nothing to back up or who they were, and now the sending fighter jets to the Caribbean.
They said Pete struck the boat because it was allegedly carrying drugs, and it's been the third this week.
This is the third time this week. You know what? I don't know what's going to happen. But y'all can sleep on it. And y'all can make excuses and act like y'all don't see what's going on. But it's right in front of you. And I don't think that we all signed up for this. I didn't think it could be worse than the last administration. But I'm beginning to question, how we going to survive these 4 years. Because we started off strong, but we going downhill real fast right now. And I don't know. It looks bleak at this point. And I don't know what's going on with Trump and his advisors. They got a lot of hatred behind it. They got a lot of hate. These people are hateful. They got a lot of hate. Lot of hate towards black people and other races. They got a lot of hate. But we need to it needs to be a march on Washington. Just a march on Washington like they did before when they had the Million Man March on Washington. Because we need to hold back our money. We need to boycott because this stuff is so out of hand and we don't have to just take this. Like I said, we're not our ancestors and we are organized and we're gonna have to organize this stuff because these injustices, we don't care about what people have to say, the racists have to say. We see what's going on. They'll never admit it. It'll be right in front of them. It doesn't matter. But we got to do better in this country because we got war looming on us.
We need a new organization ran by you. Because the Black Caucus is not an NAACP.
Yeah, the Black Caucus, y'all fired. NAACP, y'all fired. All y'all fired. Y'all done doing a damn thing for us. They fighting the rights of illegal immigrants along with the Democrats. They're not doing anything for us.
Yeah.
All this stuff is going on and it's not good. All the things we fought for, the LGBTQ, they decide to be like that. We have no choice to color our skin and they did not go through slavery. So I hate them putting us all in the same boat because we're not. We're not. And all the immigrants, everybody get to benefit, and white women, everybody get to benefit from what we accomplish. And we're not benefiting from it. And they're trying to remove the accomplishments that were done not that long ago. The 60s were not that long ago. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. But anyway, things are going to change. God is still in control. So anyway, you guys, thanks for joining us. This is not our normal streams, but we're going to start doing more streams on these issues because they have to be talked about. And if it's going to affect my community, I'm going to talk about it. We're not that sellout channel. We would have, we used to have hundreds of thousands of people on. There ain't going to be this video, but that's fine.
Oh, Jack's here.
Oh, he is? That's fine. But we're going to talk about the different subjects. We're going to talk about what's right. Because we want right for all Americans. And that's the whole point of this. And we'll be on here tomorrow. Because there's some other subjects that we want to do. But this was in the news a few days ago. It still was important to do it. That they could do that to someone's image. That they could take your image and use AI. Use a kid. And they could change and they could ruin your entire life now. And for the government to do that to a child, he's a child. He's not even old enough to drive.
And seriously, getting death threats now.
Getting death threats. He didn't vote. He's not even old enough to vote. And they're doing this with a child because they don't value black lives. And that's it.
He's focused on geometry class.
And girls and sports.
Sports.
Anyway, you guys, we're going to jump off. God bless. Take care. Gotta give me something to eat. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for joining us. And we will jump on here tomorrow. But this is something that I wanted to touch on because is what they're doing, what the government is doing is wrong, and it's not going to go unnoticed. We see them. We see it. I love you too. I love y'all.
I love you too.
Start buying black owned. Yeah, spend our money with black. That's what we're going to have to do. We got to take our resources because we have power. We have a lot of power, spending power. We got a lot of power. We have voting power. We change elections results when we get out there. We have a lot of power, and we're going to utilize it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to utilize it. So y'all, they think they doing all this different things. Both parties, y'all going to have to earn our votes. Democrats and the Republicans. Y'all have done so much to my community. Y'all going to have to earn our votes. And you have to do right by us because you're not going to get our votes. And we're going to start keeping our money in our pockets and see what happens to the economy then. You want to mistreat us, then we got to go along and continue to be misused, continue to be abused, continue to be lied on, continue to be mistreated. We don't have to accept that.
But the thing is, the Democrats have not done a single thing.
That's why I said they're going to have to earn it.
Kamala's trying to give us weed, though.
They're going to have to earn our votes. Both parties they're going to have to prove to us, and they're going to have to put it in writing. If we vote for you, what you're going to do for us. And our spending power belongs to us. And we can make a difference. And where we spend our money, it could be directed to our communities. Strategically. There's enough black businesses that we can buy from. Period.
That was so disrespectful. She was trying to give weed to black people.
So there's a lot going on. But anyway, you guys, y'all, take care. God bless you. We love you back. And, be safe. Take care of your kids. Pray for them. Pray for all your children. And we'll see y'all on the next slide. Peace out. God bless.